Bachelor's Way, making secondhand chic. Ronda Batchelor from Bachelor's Way. Today we're going to jump right into talking about our flooring. But first, if you're not subscribing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and you can follow all along, especially right now with our basement project. So first of all, we had some specific needs. We wanted to make sure that it was something in the basement on the floor that if it got wet, it would be okay. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our search for flooring that works well if it gets wet, including a special carpet pad and special flooring. So let's jump right on into it. For our flooring, we wanted to do something that could be like waterproof because it's in a basement, but I wanted the wood look. So after 2 weekends, these are all stacks of tiles that we purchased, samples or whatever, to come home. Here's another stack over here. Then we started looking, the other option was like vinyl planks. So these are all vinyl plank samples. One weekend. This weekend we spent another weekend looking at them. And after a long time, this is finally the winner. They're a floating floor. They snap and click together. But they're made out of PVC. So they're waterproof. They're a little bit thicker than some of the other vinyls, so that we can just put it over the floor and not have to worry about so many imperfections. And I just love the variation in the color so that it'll hide more dirt. And I'm in love with it. Can't wait to put it in. So we paid $63.99 a box, and each box covers about 24 square feet. Okay, this stuff is totally waterproof. You can submerge it in water and nothing happens to it. That is totally amazing for a basement. It also was super easy to put down. I mean, you literally just lay it down and click the next piece to it. Press, click, press, click. This is our before shot. This is what the whole area looked like. Really yucky looking cement. Nothing exciting. But you gotta see this so that it looks even more amazing when we're done. And like I said, you just click each row down and you just go row by row. It was really easy. I wanted to show you how in this corner, this was the first row that we started with, but it didn't cover this very tiny corner. So I cut this little piece. I kind of snapped it in and set it in there. And now you will never know that the corner was missing. And I know it looks like there's a hole there, but once the trim goes down, the baseboard, you won't see any of that. Ta-da! Doesn't it look beautiful? And now for the before and the after. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the gray and the brown intermixed. Okay, once we had the vinyl down, we were ready to work on baseboards. I went to the store and it was actually cheaper to buy a big contractor pack. The only problem is they were like 12 feet long, and that was kind of a challenge to get them all into my van. Next, I went ahead and painted them before I installed them because it's just easier and I can touch up the little nail heads and things like that after I install them, but it's much easier to paint them before. I also had half of them white and half of them gray because some of them were going to go along the walls and the rest of them were going all over the built-ins, and I wanted those to match the gray of the built-ins. Putting baseboards around the built-ins had many challenges. There were lots of angles and different levels. For example, this corner posed multiple problems. To start with, the front piece sat lower due to the thicker tile in the front of the fireplace. You can see that difference right here. Because of this height difference, I had to measure that equal amount and cut that off of my side piece of trim. So once I'd cut it off the bottom here and I put them together, now the tops are flush. They sit the same. So that was the first of my problems. My second problem is that there was a gap right here. You can see towards the back there's a gap, and there's not a gap up here towards the front. To fix that, I used just a scrap piece of wood as a spacer, and I put it in between the trim and the cabinet, and it will just kind of pop it out so it sits flush. Perfect. Okay, my other issue was that I had to make the end of this piece of trim fit flush up against the rock. So how did I do that? This handy tool right here. Okay, how this tool works is you push it up against whatever surface you're trying to match. This for me would be the rock, and I push it up and all the little pins and needles kind of get displaced, as you can see right here. And then I'm able to take this over and transfer this marking onto my piece of trim. I trace it out, as you can see, and once you line it up, you can cut along this line, and then you should have a pretty good match. Okay, once the baseboards were done, we turned our attention to find some carpet. And I was looking for something that wasn't a solid color, because multiple colors help hide dirt. And I was looking for something really dense that when you put your fingers in it, you didn't go straight to the bottom. You couldn't feel the pad. And so that's what we were looking for. And we found some at Sutherland's that was very dense and had multiple colors. So it was a perfect match, and it was a super deal. So we went with it. Now I want to show you our carpet pad that we picked out. This is a moisture resistant pad, which basically does that. It resists moisture, so it doesn't soak in, and it doesn't create all the moisture problems that you can get with a carpet pad, especially in a basement. So that's what we chose. Together, this carpet pad and carpet are really soft, and they feel amazing. But first, I want you to just get a glimpse of the room before the carpet went down. We bought ours through Sutherland's, and they do not install carpet, so we had to find our own carpet installers. Finding people to put in carpet and things like that can be a little bit scary, but just make sure you get everything like in writing so that you know that it'll all go smooth. And in fact, they did have a little issue with one piece that wasn't laying flat, and they came back and they fixed it until we were happy. So it all turned out good. So here is the finished product. We love it. We love the color. We love how super soft it is.